It's my great pleasure to welcome you all for this lecture series of laser diode. So in this unit, specifically discuss about laser, how the laser perform, what are the process followed in the designing of laser. This disclaimer is applicable to all the listeners, those who are all viewing in online platform. After listening this video, students capable to learn what are the laser action passes are there, and then how to the laser working. Now let us discuss laser diodes. The laser came in many forms with the dimensions ranging from size of grain of salt into one will occupy the entire room. Laser means light amplification, stimulated emission, and radiation. So there are different forms of laser lights came, right from grain of rice or grain of salt into which is occupied the entire room size. The lasing medium, there are major three types are there: gas medium like NdOx laser, carbon dioxide laser, those kind of things we can came across in our school studies. Liquid medium or semiconductor medium. Out of these three lasing medium, we are chosen for semiconductor laser diode for our fiber optic communication concern. So for optical fiber systems, the laser source used almost exclusively semiconductor laser diode. They are similar to other lasers such as conventional solid state gas lasers. The emitted radiation has spatial and temporal coherence, that is, the output radiation is highly monochromatic. Monochromatic means single specific color. And light beam is very directional. You keep on focusing only in particular directions. So in this point, we specifically look into the spatial coherence. What is meant temporal coherence, sir? So spatial coherence in the sense correlations or relationship of signal at different point, different location. What kind of relations are there? How much amount of relations are there in at a different point? That is called as spatial coherence. Temporal coherence in the sense correlations and relationship of signals at a different time period. Any changes are there? If I want to measure any changes at a different time period, means I can go ahead for temporal coherence method. Spatial coherence method, at specific point if any changes are there, means I need to go for spatial coherence method. Basic key process of our lasing process. These things and all we came across in our school studies. E1 means down state, E2 means excited state. This E1 represents ground state, E2 represents excited state. Initially, the photons are present in our ground state. Whenever that external photons are absorbed by this ground state photon, means automatically it can get energized and then shifted to uh, excited state. So this is called as photon absorption. By the time also it produce certain amount of energy. Then after once that for ground state photons reach to excited state, means the population of excited state atoms may be increased. In order to making thermal equilibrium condition, that most of the photons themselves, most of the photons themselves moving travel towards our ground state, that is called as spontaneous emission. Still some of the photons are present in our excited state itself, that is called as stimulated emission. So in order to making pull down through the excited state photon into ground state photon by using external photons, that is called as stimulated emission. So that three key process alone we represent over the here. Absorption means absorb the photon energy from external and then getting energies. Ground state photon is shifted to excited state, that is E1 means ground state, E2 means excited state. So this H mu 1 2, that is represented as Planck constant. Planck constant H mu of 1 2 is equal to E2 minus E1, excited state to ground state. Spontaneous emission means without any external stimulations, the excited photons themselves to reach ground state means that is called as spontaneous emission. Still some of the photons may be present in our excited state. It causes some thermal inequilibrium. In order to matching that thermal equilibrium, we need to pull down from excited state to ground state by using external photon. That is called as stimulated emission. The stimulated emission represented for electron transition by external stimulation. Then followed by for most familiarized term, population inversion. Population inversions of laser diode is excited state. I mean E2 is greater than E1. That is called as population inversion. Then laser diodes modes and threshold conditions. For optical communication systems requiring bandwidth greater than approximately 200 MHz, the semiconductor injection laser diode preferred over LED. Laser diode typically having response time less than 1 nanosecond. Within a nanosecond, it emits light signal that can spectral width of 2 nanometer and are capable of coupling from 10 to 100 of milliwatts. Types of laser diode. There are major two types are there: Fabry-Perot resonator cavity diode, distributed feedback laser diode. So just out of these things, just look into this diagram. This is represented as Fabry-Perot resonator cavity. It consists major three directions. One is longitudinal size, another one is lateral size, third one is reverse size. So the longitudinal size mainly focus on the spectrum of selection, frequency selection, which is frequency it has to emit, in which range of spectrum it has to select. That is decided by longitudinal size. The length should be 250 to 500 micrometer. Then followed by lateral size. So this lateral size specifically involved for p-n junction process, electron and hole combination process decided by this lateral size. That length should be in between 5 to 15 micrometer. Then followed by transverse size. The transverse size is perpendicular to the electrons and hole recombination process. So that's the key operation of this Fabry-Perot resonator cavity diode. Now upcoming slide, let us discuss that cavity Perot resonator cavity operation. So again, this slide represents what already discussed in that diagram. It's related to the length of the cavity. That they determine the principal structure of frequency and spectrum of emitted optical radiation. So then, since L is larger than length is larger than the lasing wavelength, approximately 1 micrometer. Latter mode, it's a plane of p-n junction. It is depend on the width of cavity and side wall. So determine the shape of lateral profile of laser emitted beam. Transverse mode, which is lies the direction is perpendicular to the plane of p-n junction. This mode are important to determine the laser characteristics such as radiation pattern, threshold current density. The radiation in one type of laser diode configuration is generated in Fabry-Perot resonator cavity. The configuration consists of cavity approximately 250 to 500 micrometer long, 5 to 15 micrometer width or wide, and 0.1 to 0.2 micrometer thickness. So this is major important operations which is involved in Fabry-Perot resonator cavity. Also, it is also very much interesting one. So here, look into here, two flat partially reflected mirrors. Partially reflected mirrors. That's a very important point. Reflected mirrors are directed towards each other. We just place in a parallel manner, now enclosed by Fabry-Perot resonator medium. The mirror facets are constructed by making two parallel clefts. This clefts also very important. Cleft means now general. We are all familiar about. We are all came across rack. If we say in Tamil, parai. So in the rack, the surface of rack also too rough. So it's another one key example, visualized example. The analogy is, if I take analogy of understanding about that cleft means the surface of rock. The surface of rock are too rough. Also, the entire surface of the rock consists minute crack. So that's why we represent our the specific term called cleft. Cleft in the sense we have been placed two parallel mirror facet. So the if you take the crack distance means it's also minute one. So like that we place two mirror facets within the minimum distance. That's why we have been represent the mirror facets are constructed by making two parallel clefts along natural cleavage planes of semiconductor crystal. The purpose of mirrors, I mean the mirror facets, parallel mirror faces already seen in that things. Yeah, the purpose of mirrors are to establish strong optical feedback in longitudinal direction. So the light signal themselves getting travel zigzag path. This why we go for the strong optical feedback mechanisms, or what's the necessity of that thing means this feedback mechanism converts device into oscillator. So that feedback mechanism ensures oscillation process. So that oscillation process creates certain gain mechanisms that compensate the unnecessary optical losses in the cavity. The side of the cavity are simply formed roughing the edges of the devices, also to reduce unwanted emissions in lateral directions. As the light reflected front and back or back and forth within the Fabry throat cavity, electric fields of the light interfere on the successive round strip. These wavelengths that are integer multiple of the cavity length, interfere constructively so that their amplitude add when they excite on the device. So what we discuss under this topic under this point means the wavelength of light signal, it gets multiple reflections back and forth. Also the wavelength that are integer multiples of cavity length, how much length it has been placed, also we have been seen its length also very minimum. That length we need to multiple with along with the light signal wavelength constructively means positively with better result. So that amplitude add, so that wavelength also multiple with that integer multiple of cavity length. The wavelength is multiple with in cavity length, also add along with amplitude of the light signal. Then third point describe all the other wavelength interfere destructively. Destructively means losses. So the oscillator mechanisms ensures to improve the gain, also to suppress the unwanted things. That is alone the represent as destructively means destructive in the sense to remove the unwanted things, to unwanted noises. So the third point clearly represent as to remove the unwanted things destructively themselves. Why these unwanted signals destructively themselves are, what's the reason behind of this is our key point. So that multiple reflections, I mean oscillator mechanisms ensures strong optical gain. That gain ensures to avoid the losses. That's why we have been represented over here. This optical frequencies at which constructive interference occurs at the resonant frequency of cavity. Next, we look into distributed feedback laser mechanisms. So, in this distributed feedback laser mechanism, they doesn't use optical feedback. In this method, you use again the same substrate, confinement layers, and the lacing actions are similar to our previous things. What uniquely different in our distributed feedback laser means corrupted fiber gratings. These fiber gratings are very unique for this distributed feedback lasers. So the cleaved faces are not required for optical feedback. Fabrication of devices similar to Fabry types except the lacing action from the frac reflectors means what already I have annotation in our previous image. The periodic variation of refractive index which are incorporated with multiple multi-layer structures that substrate, confinement layers, lacing action layers also they have been represented. Periodic variations, continuous variations are in terms of in the refractive index which is exist. Direct reflector can deposit on the rear rear side laser phase to reduce the optical loss in the cavity, also to reduce threshold current density and then increase the external quantum efficiency. This distributed feedback laser produces transverse electric and transverse magnetic mode operation. So for from this topic is referred by using author of Gerard Kaiser in the page number in between 165 to 169. So in a nutshell, if you look into the laser process means laser means light amplification, stimulated emission and radiation. It consists three key process for photon absorption, photon spontaneous emission, stimulated emission. So those basic processes are very well aware about my school studies itself. Laser consists different medium, which is like solid state medium and gas medium and liquid state medium. Among these three things, we have been chosen for semiconductor state lasing mechanism because it is specifically suitable for semiconductor based fiber optical cable concern. Then followed by it has major two types: distributed feedback cavity length, Fabry Perot resonator cavity length. That Fabry Perot cavity is very important. Fabry Perot resonator cavity consists three regions: longitudinal region, which is decided for which frequency it has to operate. Then lateral size decided for electrons and hole recombination process. Transverse size decided for which is perpendicular to the electrons and hole reaction active region. Then followed by mirror facet. That mirror facets are placed as parallel manner. The distance between the mirror facets are very minimum. So then the inside the mirror faces are very rough surface manner. So the light signal initially has to getting multiple reflections within that mirror surface. By the time that multiple reflections creates oscillation mechanism. That oscillation mechanism improves the gain of that concerned light signal. By the time parallelly it suppress the unwanted emissions. Then the entire light signal wavelength has been multiple with integer of distance in between the mirror faces, also add with the amplitude of light signal. So the mirror faces plays major role in our Fabry Perot cavity resonator. Then followed by distributed feedback laser also we have been seen. So in this distributed feedback lasing mechanism we are using gratings. Then that refractive index variations also there. Then followed by the substrate and other multi-layers structure also used in this distributed feedback laser. Okay, thank you, that's all.